So he like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro, that is out the bam. So he connected the dots. And I fuck with Melo. I fuck with Melo tough. I feel like it's just stay neutral with that shit, gang. Don't play with me. Me personally, bro. I ain't.
Tay Savage felt some type of way about a recent video that was uploaded on 16ShotEm's channel. After a certain guest of his accused Tay Savage of telling other people's business in the streets, Tay gave out a warning to 16ShotEm on IG Live. It seems like there's some issue going on behind the scenes between the two Chicago representatives, Tay Savage and 051 Kiddo. Now, it's uncertain if Adam 22 and No Jumper stirred the pot, or if he's just simply exposed what was already going on for a moment. All we know is that we had Tay Savage pull up to his show and they started talking about not so comfortable topics. See, Adam went on to say that 051 Kiddo and Tay Savage have a full-fledged beef going on. Tay's answer came up a bit of a shocker though. Not only did Tay deny beefing with Kiddo, he also denied even knowing who he was.
So there's another rapper from Chicago, 051 Kiddo, who you guys both did long-ass bids and now you're out and now you're beefing with each other. Is there a precedent for this, or is this just like a brand new thing that came up?
I ain't beefing with nobody.
Okay, well, you've had some Instagram stories about each other, right? No, you said his girl looked like a linebacker.
Man, listen, I don't know. I don't know about I don't even know what that is.
Really?
Sure.
His comment makes you feel like Tay only wants peace and prosperity for all. It got him a few supporters for sure. People recognized that he changed his behavior after jail, and he could really see it. One comment said, Tay the only one from that side with real integrity. You could tell he's his own man and thinks for himself. Respect on Hunter. And another person went on to say, he's gonna be huge if he could stay alive or out of prison. He has the backstory, history, he's personable and approachable by media outlets who want to know more, and he's just getting better at rapping. He's got a bright future for sure. So what was it that landed Tay in prison, and how did this apparent beef between him and 051 Kiddo come into play? Let's check it out. So check it out. Dwayne Timberlake, aka Tay Savage, was born on July 11th, 1991, right in Chicago, Illinois. Early on, he started rolling with the Black Disciples crew, posted up around 40th Street and South Cottage Grove Avenue. That's where he linked up with his buddy Anthony Welch, aka Gucci, who unfortunately got taken out back in May of 2010. And then, in honor of Gucci, they switched up the crew name to Welch World. Fast forward to 2011, and Tay Savage supposedly took out two homies from the Av 037 gang, Princess Cess Streeter and Christopher Neef Daniels. These two were thought to be behind Anthony Welch's murder, which really got Tay heated. Princess Streeter, aka Cess, a 24-year-old chick from the Av 037 crew, part of the Gangster Disciples, was all mixed up in Anthony's murder too. This all went down on February 5th, 2011, around 2:05 in the a.m. Cess and her crew had just left a club over on 87th Street and Ashland Avenue, and were cruising over to another spot on 75th Street and Exchange Avenue. Cess and a friend bounced out the car because she had to hit the restroom. Right after they split the ride, some dude tailing him from the 87th Street Club hopped out of his blue truck and rolled up on Cess. He let off like 5 or 6 rounds, tagging her in the legs, back, chest, and stomach, pretty much all over. While busting shots, he yelled, "I warned you, bitch," and capped her right then and there. And then Cess's homie scrambled back into the whip while the shooter took a shot at their ride as it sped away. Dude took off on foot going east. Now, Cess wasn't the only victim of Tay's wrath. Christopher Daniels, aka Neef, suffered the same fate. He was a 22-year-old rep in the Av 037 crew, also part of the Gangster Disciples. He was supposedly the one who pulled the trigger on Anthony Welch. Now, on April 10th, 2011, around 4:30 in the afternoon, Neff was chilling at a stoplight at 7400 block up at South Vicens Avenue when some cat in front of him rolled up out of his car and started blasting at Neef. Neef tried to haul in reverse to escape, but the shooter just kept coming, popping shots till Neef crashed his ride into a lot. Even after the crash, the dude just kept on shooting at Neef. Neef, well, he didn't make it. He was pronounced dead at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, and the shooter slipped away. So peep this, on October 17th, 2013, Tay Savage got nabbed for jacking a ride real aggressively. They slapped him in Cook County Jail and put a bond on his ass that cost $325K. Then, fast forward to November 4th, 2013, like around 10:20 in the morning, while he's locked up for the heist, they hit Tay Savage with a murder charge for Cess. They even grilled him in an interview too. While they were hauling him into the interview room, he's like, "Yo, this about Princess Streeter, right? Took y'all forever to come scoop me up." On March 12th, 2014, around 10:45 a.m., they piled on more charges for Tay Savage. Now they're saying he's responsible for Neef's death too, and they sat him down for another interview. That's they're taking him to the interview spot, he drops this. Looks like y'all were spot on when you said you'd be back for me. Skip to the middle or late part of 2014, and they let Tay Savage off the hook for the 2 murder raps. But they still found him guilty of that car heist, though. They slammed him with a 21-year sentence for the robbery. And there's a shot that he might be up for parole around March of 2022. Then guess what? March 17th of 2022 rolls around, and Tay Savage finally catches that break. Cut him loose on parole after he spent a good old 8.5 years locked up in Vienna Correctional Center.
Bro, I looked at that time like a blessing, you feel me? I was fighting two separate murders and a carjack. So when I got to 10, I'm like, oh, I won, you feel me? Shit. But when you actually get to doing that time, because you know, I think I had to go do like 7 when it was all said and done. I had to go to the joint and do like 7. So man, when you get to doing that shit, bro, that shit, you gotta stay focused. You gotta knock that shit out.
And check this out, not even a year after he's out, Tay Savage jumps into the music scene. Dude just starts making tunes, and he even starts kicking it with drill legend from Chicago, Lil Reese. But he wasn't the only one from Chi-Town who got out of the joint and went straight into the music scene. Kiddo from the 051 gang did the same. Kiddo the Driller, otherwise known as Kiddo, reps Mickey Cobra, rolling with the 051 Young Money. This dude was tight with a bunch of other young names you might not have heard of. Melly, Lil Mark, Lil Mick, Montana, and Fathead. Oh, and don't forget, he had a special bond with the late Lil JoJo from Brick Squad. Back in the day, like in late 2012, Kiddo caught a case for a stick-up job. Guess what? While he was locked up, he ended up sharing a cell with King Von from O-Block for about a month. Crazy how they clicked hard by the time they split. Kiddo managed to beat his case and finally got out on April 6, 2023. Home sweet home. Then on June 26, 2023, Kiddo dropped a track called Don't Play With Us. But here's the deal. He was throwing shade at some other players in the game. He had words for Nooski Nunu from OTF, Face World 079, Pluto from Lamron, LA Capone from 600, Edai from 600, and Lil Boo from 600. Now, problems between Tay Savage and Kiddo arose not only thanks to Adam 22, but 16ShotEm as well. See, the video that you saw earlier about Tay Savage and how he was happy with only serving 8 years, 16ShotEm made those. Same guy who made this video.
Was there a reason behind it? I kept saying like you calling him a rat and shit like that. I never really heard it from no one but you, so I feel like, you know, you the best person to ask, like, what was the reason for you calling him a rat?
No comment.
16ShotEm wanted to see if 051 Kiddo would perhaps leave some sort of comment, given the fact that Kiddo was the only one who spoke up on Tay Savage, perhaps snitching on him. Tay and Kiddo had this little social media back and forth that people noticed, but it seems like both of them wanted to leave it behind. However, the fact that 16ShotEm implied that Tay is a rat got Tay Savage pretty upset. In fact, he went as far as calling him out during one of his IG lives. Tay wasn't having none of the shenanigans that 16ShotEm was trying to pull off. He called him up during his IG live session to clear out the air and see what was what. Little did we expect that he would get pretty worked up about this whole situation.
Fuck is you put on that talking about Tay Savage rap, bro? Don't do that, bro. For no clickbait. That's like me saying something about you with your case, gang. Don't do that.
As you can hear, both 16ShotEm and Tay had their reasons for this call. Tay was right that 16ShotEm kinda implied that Tay was a snitch just from the title of the video. It was a clickbait, and that's it. He knew exactly what he was doing. On the other hand though, 16ShotEm had the right to do it because those weren't his words that he used, but they were Kiddo's words, and all that he was doing was paraphrasing what another dude said. So it's a bit of a funny situation. In the end, Tay dropped the ball. He just wanted his name cleared from all this mess because he is not a snitch, and he doesn't want folks in Chi-Town having second thoughts about his morals.
But it's how we gonna nip that in the bud, bro. Bro. You, anybody, Anthony Ray Wells, bro, I'm chilling. I'm chilling, bro. Just leave me alone, bro. Don't ask me about no motherfucker. Ask no motherfucker about me, bro. I ain't special no motherfucker no rat, bro, because I'm not playing with nobody. Anthony Ray Wells.
Some say 16ShotEm did Tay wrong. One comment wrote, I think the issue is questioning Tay to the ops and putting some degrading literature by his name. For example, ish like that can go left quick. Just bring Trill when you question the ops about anyone as being messy. 16 knew what he was doing when he did that. But what y'all think about this whole situation? Did Tay Savage jump in too quick and without a reason, or was he right to do so? 16ShotEm definitely cooked up a problem where there wasn't one. Let us know what you think about this situation down in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to click that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel so you always got fresh hip-hop news to your feed. Dad as always, remember to keep it RIZZLE, RIZZLE.